consistently voting to keep the government shut down and to deny pay to thousands of federal workers, including, within this committee's jurisdiction, some 50,000 TSA agents who are going to work right now. They missed their last paycheck. They're not being paid, including some 14,000 air traffic controllers who are going to work right now. They're not being paid. And the consequence, we are seeing delays at airports all across the country. We are seeing thousands of delays. We are seeing thousands of flight cancellations. We are seeing ground stops in major airports. And I would note one senior Democrat aide told Politico this shutdown will continue.
Is a government shutdown the new norm? In a world where political battles are fought in the chambers of Congress, we find ourselves stuck in a standoff that's impacting the lives of millions of Americans. The stakes are high, and the blame game is in full swing. Let's set the stage. Republicans, led by Senator Moreno, claim they've voted 14 times to reopen the government. That's 14 attempts to end the debate and get the nation's gears turning again.
Senator Moreno, is it accurate that you and virtually every other Republican have voted 14 times to reopen the government?
We voted 14 times to end debate so that we could actually vote to open the government, yes.
And is it accurate that Senator Rosen and virtually every other Democrat has voted 14 times to keep the government closed?
Yes, her colleague from Nevada has bravely fought Chuck Schumer and has voted to open the government. So has John Fetterman and Angus King from Maine. So I applaud 3 Democrats for actually having the decency, the humanity, to be able to pay government workers, pay our military, provide Head Start, provide SNAP benefits.
And is it accurate that Democrat Senator John Fetterman has repeatedly said this is a Democrat shutdown caused by Chuck Schumer and the Democrats?
Yeah, and I find it ironic that my Democrat colleagues will go to lobbyist dinners tonight, which they get fed steak, while people in their own constituents in their own states will not know where to get money to buy their groceries, or in the case of SNAP recipients, not be able to buy basic goods.
Is it also accurate that during the Biden presidency, 13 times Republicans worked with Democrats to pass a clean continuing resolution?
You would know better, Chairman, but I don't think there's ever been a time in U.S. history where a clean continuing resolution has been voted down by either party.
And is it accurate as well that CNN has fact-checked multiple Democrats who have insisted this is not a clean CR, and CNN, sometimes called the Clinton News Network, sometimes called the Communist News Network, has fact-checked the Democrats and said, no, this is in fact a clean CR that your party is voting against?
Yes, although I do wonder whether they've actually read the legislation, because that evidently is something that's optional. But I would assume if they have read it or took the time to read it, they'd realize it's their budget that they passed, and they're blocking this through a procedural technicality that prohibits us from actually taking a vote to reopen the government.
The record will reflect that every one of the questions we just engaged in is objectively true, and it says something that not a single Democrat is here to contest it, that their approach to this is instead to scream and yell while consistently voting to keep the government shut down and to deny pay to thousands of federal workers, including, within this committee's jurisdiction, some 50,000 TSA agents who are going to work right now. They missed their last paycheck. They're not being paid, including some 14,000 air traffic controllers who are going to work right now. They're not being paid. And the consequence, we are seeing delays at airports all across the country. We are seeing thousands of delays. We are seeing thousands of flight cancellations. We are seeing ground stops in major airports. And I would note one senior Democrat aide told Politico this shutdown will continue until planes start falling from the sky. For a committee with jurisdiction over aviation safety, that is a horrifying statement. And yet, for our Democrat colleagues, apparently they agree with those sentiments. I have 28 letters of support from various organizations for the nominations of Mr. McCormick, Mr. Edwards, and Mr. Morse. I ask unanimous consent that these letters be inserted into the hearing record. Without objection, so ordered. Senators will have until the close of business on November 7th to submit questions for the record. The nominees will have until the close of business on November 10th to respond to those questions. This concludes today's hearing. The committee stands adjourned.
Yet, according to Moreno and his GOP colleagues, the Democrats have matched them vote for vote in keeping the government's doors firmly shut. The plot thickens with only 3 Democrats, John Fetterman, Angus King, and an unnamed Nevada senator, breaking away from party lines to vote in favor of reopening the government. The rest stood in solidarity with Senator Chuck Schumer, maintaining a deadlock that has Washington spinning its wheels. As the political battle rages on, the personal attacks fly. Senators are calling out their Democrat counterparts for indulging in lobbyist-funded steak dinners while their constituents struggle to make ends meet. This stark contrast between the lived experiences of government workers and their representatives paints a grim picture of the current state of affairs. In a surprising twist, Republicans highlight their 13 instances of cooperation during Biden's presidency to pass clean, continuing resolutions. These are funding measures free from political add-ons or tricks. Even CNN confirms that this current bill falls into that category. Despite this, Democrats are voting against it, marking the first time in U.S. history a clean CR has been voted down. The effects of this shutdown are far-reaching and real. 50,000 TSA agents and 14,000 air traffic controllers are working without pay. This has resulted in thousands of flight delays and cancellations nationwide, disrupting the lives of countless Americans. In a shocking revelation, a senior Democratic aide allegedly told Politico that this shutdown will continue until planes start falling from the sky. This statement, if true, is a terrifying prospect from a committee responsible for aviation safety. To sum it up, Republicans claim they've tried 14 times to reopen the government, but Democrats keep blocking it. The result? Millions of Americans are left in the lurch. Whether you see it as political theater or a power struggle, one thing is clear. Washington is broken, and it's the people who are paying the price. If this breakdown has shed some light on the situation for you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. The more people understand what's happening, the better equipped we'll be to demand change. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.